Hi, and good morning, everyone. My name is Carly Bell, and I love to do machine embroidery tutorials. And I am so excited to be here today to tell you we are finishing Candy Cane Lane. So if you have been participating in this sew along, thank you so much. We started before Thanksgiving, and today is the last day. I'm so excited. This is what we have been making, and we're gonna finish it all up today. Let's see if I can get this, hold this with everything. How do you like? And then I only got half my lights installed, and then we'll install the other half today. So I hope you like it. I think it's super duper cute. And last night I was able to finish putting all the little red buttons on the trees and the little decorative buttons that came with the embellishment kit and the bows. So all of that is done. Very excited about it. I hope y'all all been doing good and having a good Thursday so far. I am a little bit under the weather, so hopefully I'll be okay, but of course you got to get sick like right before the holidays when you have a million things to do. That's me. Yay. So my voice might start going away while we're talking today, but it's okay. I'm not going to let that stop me from talking. All right. So good morning. I see my friends Sharon and Star and RS Bird, Angela. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. So if you were here yesterday, we're when I first set out to schedule and figure out the process for this pillow, with all the other things I've done with Kimberbell, embellishments will always last. But after working through it yesterday, we kind of did some mix and match of putting things together and embellishment. So yesterday's class, the first thing we did was punch holes in our blocks for the fairy lights, which you can see there. So I punched my holes before I pieced anything together. Then we pieced the blocks together. We added the inner border, the outer border, and then I was thinking, now would probably be easiest to add the buttons. So we started adding buttons at the end of last class and ribbons. And then last night for homework, I finished adding all of that. And we talked about installing the fairy lights. Hello, Ozzy just got a haircut, guys. Come see Ozzy. Come see. No. Oh, and he's going downstairs. He won't come see me. The groomer, I had a groomer come. They got like a portable thing. It's really cool where they come with like a little shop they pull on their truck. And Ozzy got a bath and a haircut. And I told her that I had this class to teach. And she's like, I'll just open the door and let him in and then lock it. So she did that like right when I hit the live button. So Ozzy's looking handsome, but he probably won't let me go get him to show you. And now my phone's ringing. Oh, Dad, I can't talk right now. Okay. All right. So we talked about the fairy lights in the last class. Are you going to come see? Or are you going to run away from me? Come here. Come here. Come here. Let's show everybody how cute you are. With your little haircut. And you smell good. Say hi. This is who you hear all the time barking in the background because she's scared of the floor. Yeah. You want to go lay in Abby's bed? Mm-hmm. Oh, you smell so much better. He was getting. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. Back on track. We were talking about fairy lights last time, and we installed the lights, and one of the things I saw online was someone used duct tape to tape the back, and then several of y'all had reservations about that, and I appreciate those reservations. So my solution was masking tape or painter's tape. I didn't have any of the tan one. That probably would have been better. I only had the blue one, but you cannot see it through there. There's so many layers of stuff. So this is less sticky than duct tape. but it's holding things in place. And if for any reason I need to replace the lights later, this is easy to peel off. I could replace the lights and put some new tape. But this is helping to hold all of the wires down and flat, and also hopefully keep the fairy lights from getting pushed in maybe on accident. So we still have to do the other side, but I wanted to show you that I went with that method. And I haven't decided fully yet on the back. Now, some of y'all were saying y'all say I did the back on this pillow. This is a pillow or a table runner. You can have it either way. But I made it to where it can function as both and did an envelope back, so I could put a pillow form in here. I have not actually put a pillow form in to see how it would look. Kimberbell's process is a little different in that there's 3 panels and they're vertical. So I can't hold this up and do it. Here and here. They have 2 envelope types where they have the panel in the middle and then 2 side panels so that you can kind of go in from either direction. So I kind of want to try the Kimberbell way because I've never done it before. But y'all, for your pillow, do whatever is best for you. If you've had some experience with making these pillows and found you like your envelope way best, do that. And I also saw they even had one with like a zipper. If you want to add a zipper to the back to put your pillow in and out, you can do that. Because I've never done it before, I think I'm gonna go with the Kimberbell instructions just to see what it's like, and then I can, say, okay, next time I make a pillow, maybe I'll do it different. But I won't know until I try it. So that's what we're gonna do. This is the fabric I picked for the back of my pillow. I thought it was cute. I got it from Hobby Lobby a long time ago. There's no real selvage on it to tell you. I'm pretty sure it's from Hobby Lobby, but I think I was looking for a fabric that I had enough of. I think I have more than enough because it's not one big solid piece. I can cut this up. So for the back, I still have to press and cut this, but it needs to be the height of your pillow. So from top to bottom, which I measured mine and it's 16 1/4. Everybody's might be different depending on how they pieced it together. So measure your final pillow, and mine is 16 1/4. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces that are 10 inches by 16 1/4. And those are going to be my 2 ends. And then I don't know what the middle piece is, but it's 16 1/4 tall. I have to see how much overlap I guess I want. I don't know if I read in the instructions if they actually gave a number, because it's all going to depend on your pillow and how you pieced it together. So, all right. Now, let's work. Oh, and I saw something else on Kristen Creates that we're going to try and make. I made one. I didn't make the first one right, but I think I understand it to make the second one. Okay, she made little pockets to put the battery pack in that you can sew into. Let's see if it even fits. Yeah, this works perfectly. So you can make a little pocket. And what we're going to do is we're going to sew this in when we piece the back and front together, so that you have a little pocket for your battery pack. So I'm going to show you how to make that. So that is here. We need a 2-inch by 12-inch piece of fabric, and you're going to need 2 of them because there are 2 battery packs. All right. I think that's everything I want to cover. Y'all let me know if I'm forgetting something. But let's first finish the fairy lights, then sew up the battery pack pouch, then cut our fabrics for the back and start assembling. That's what I think I want to do. So I got one side of fairy lights done. Let's get the other side done. And I tried messing with my camera, but it still doesn't want Now it's show. Oh no, this is upside down. I'm like, why is it up? I actually have it upside down on my table. um, I can't get it to zoom out. I don't know. I don't know what I did to make it angry, but that's something I'm gonna have to troubleshoot. I tried playing with it before the live today, but nothing seemed to have worked. The only, I don't think it, I don't know what it is. I'll have to do some Googling to see if I could figure it out. But one of the whole reasons why I got this camera was so that I could zoom in and out. So I'll be upset if that doesn't work anymore. All right, so I'm undoing my fairy lights. And when we did this side, we started from the lamppost and worked our way into the tree. I don't know if it makes sense for the second set of lights to start with the tree and work our way to the lamppost. I don't know. I think I'm going to start at the lamppost because the tree can go all kind of different ways. We can plug those last lights, and I won't know the best way until I see exactly how much wire I have left. Whereas I don't want to have to undo the whole thing if I get to the lamppost and it doesn't work good. So that is unraveled. And remember, there is a plastic piece that is preventing the batteries from touching that you have to take out of the battery pack. And now it works. Yeah, Joanne, I tried playing with the settings, but I did not see anything about zoom. I saw like focus and color and all that kinds of stuff, but nothing about the zoom. And like there's just certain buttons on the remote that are just not working at all. And I put new batteries in the remote. So like, let me check that. There's some buttons work on the remote, and then the buttons that I really want do not. All right, so I'm just poking these through the little holes that we made, and then using my fingers on the other side to kind of pull it out and flatten it. There's my tape. Okay. From the red house to the blue house is not bad as far as stretching. I got, I think, more than what we had with other ones. To get to it, so that's good. Let's see. So this isn't a normal camera. It doesn't have any buttons on it. It's like a web camera, but it's a fancy web camera, but a lot fancier than the previous web camera I have. So it doesn't, I check the back of it, but there's no buttons like on it on the front. Page 29 has the battery instructions, but have not gotten that far. Okay. I think I looked at it, but I don't remember anything significant. I have to go back and look. Okay, so now we're finally, last one for the blue house. Okay, and now we're going over to the tree. So we can go here, 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 here. Huh, I got some lights left over. Did I miss a spot? I thought we used all the lights. Um, yep, I skipped one here. Okay. Way to go, Carly. Yeah, I gotta redo. Okay, don't skip any. I skipped one in the tan house. But there's none in the door in the tan house. The only one that has them around the door is the red house. These just go under the roof. All right, Linda says it mainly start at each end of the pillow and work towards the middle. Okay, so it was a good idea to do that. Good. I read that, or I saw that it was good to start at the end, but I didn't know for the second set if it mattered. But I see it makes more sense to start at the ends. Don't miss another hole, Carly. Okay. So 2 lamp posts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the blue. And now go here in the Christmas tree is the closest one to the blue house. What's happening? Okay, I had one kind of hiding behind this little piece of blue tape. So yeah, I think I got it right now where we'll, no, this one has a wire in it already. Okay, perfect. Yes. On the last two. This one goes in here. Okay. Oh, I don't like how this one has a pokey wire at the end. I don't remember the other one having that. Let me see if I can bend that. There's like little pokey wire coming out the last one. Okay, I think I fixed that. Make sure that still works. Yes. Okay, now it's laying everything down and find the tape that I dropped. And just covering. I can go all the way across. And then what I did after, when I turn it over, you might have some lights that are like poking out a little bit more than you should, and then you can adjust it because the tape is not so sticky. I can lift it up and adjust it. So yeah, so like, I don't know if you could see, this one's like way over here. So now it's just me untaping it, pulling it, and then press it back down, and now it'll hold where it should. And just keep doing that until it's more about bending the wires to be how you want, and then the tape holding it like that. And they're nice and bendy. And then trolleys look good. Okay. Some of these blue ones I don't like. Okay. So now that we got that how we want it, we can make the other battery pack holder. So I'm gonna put this off to the side, and let's see if I remember this right. Okay, 2 inches by 12 inches. Fold it in half, wrong sides together. Make a crease. Okay, then measure 2.5 inches down from the crease and mark it. Then I think we fold this up on that mark. You can press a little bit and then fold it over, and you're going to move this one up. Same way. Am I doing this right? I think. Now, I'm going to sew this together. We'll see if I'm doing it wrong, because it was really hard to figure out the instructions, but I think it's going to be right. Okay, now that we have that, we're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance on both sides. So you see how we've kind of made an accordion bit here, where this piece in the middle is shorter. I think that's what we're doing. So let's go sew that real quick. So the first one I made, I did not make it. It still works, but I didn't make it according to the instructions correctly, I don't think. Okay. So let's see if this one comes out right. Okay. All right, now that we have that and we've sewn here and here, it's turning it right side out. And it's like you pick one side that you want to turn out and leave the other side, because like you've got two pockets, I think. Like I said, we're going to see if I get this right. Yay, I think I did. Oops. So yeah, just pick a side and then turn it out. I don't think I was supposed to sew around the bottom, but we're about to find out. All right, yay, that looks a lot better than my first one. Okay, so now we have this pocket, and this fits our battery case. And there's a raw edge here, and that's going to get incorporated into the actual seam of the pillow with the front and the back. All right, so now we have two little pockets. I had one already made to practice, and my second one came out better, so I'm happy with that. This is inside the pillow. It really doesn't matter what it looks like. Nobody's going to see it but you. But I think it's convenient to have a spot for the battery pack. All right, hi Jenny. Thanks, Abigail. Oh, I love your name. My daughter's name is Abigail. So she's asking about my cameras and stuff like that. I use a system called OBS, and it's a free software, and you can download it and add anything. You can add things from your computer. You can add different cameras you have plugged in to your computer, and then I just use my mouse and I click, see, between my different cameras, or I can show my computer screen. So OBS, that's the software. And then I pay for something called StreamYard to show my videos on YouTube and Facebook. Let's see. Linda says, I think this design needs a she shed with a sewing machine in the window. That's cute. Okay, and Linda said, I want to get the pink cam snap thingy, but they are out of it, but they have reduced it for a Christmas sale. Yay. I think I looked at Cam Snap's website the other day, and apparently they made a newer version of my thing that is like significantly lighter, which is nice because mine is heavy. I think the new one only weighs like 5 pounds, and it comes in pink and blue. So look at that one. And I can ask, I think it was Miss Judy who made that bundle for me. I can email her and ask her if she can update the bundle with the newer press on it. Okay, so, oh wait, no, I need this. Let's press my back fabric. Okay, and I'm going to need, you need two 10-inch panels that are the height, the other measurement is the height of your pillow. So you have to measure your pillow and cut 10 inches by the height of your pillow. And we need two of those panels. A little bit more this way. Okay, so that is pressed. And I need 16¼ by 10. So I don't have a ruler that's that big. So I'm going to use my cutting mat to help me do this easier. So sorry, I got it off to the side because I'm looking at the numbers where it starts. All right, I'll do cut to 16½ because I have a line there I can see nicely. And my 10 line is right here. So line this up good, that should work. Have to find my rotary cutter. Okay. Okay. And now I got that a little better. So that's 28. What did I say, 10? No, that's 10. I need 16¼ Okay, so 16. All right, so I see where I need to cut now. All right, now I could fix the edge here. Ozzy, I hear you, buddy. Oh, I didn't do that great of a job because this is a bit. No, that's, I need 10, not, there we go. I did do an okay job. Thank you. Jeez. Right, now it's nice 10 inches wide. And the top I can fix to be a 1/4. See, I'm still not the best with like mats and rulers and cutting. I always second guess myself that I'm doing things either the right way or like the most efficient way. I'm sure there are always like better ways to do things. Okay, there's my 10" by 16 1/4. There's one. Now we need another. Okay, now I am just doing that one more time. Okay. So 25, 10, 16 1/2. Okay, let's see if this one came out better. This needs to be fixed. All right, 16 1/4 by 10. Nice. Okay. And then we wait and cut the big panel for the middle. And I think what we need to do, so like these two pieces will be the back, the sides. So this is going to get incorporated into the hem, but this side is going, you're going to see the raw edge. So this is when we need to roll in 1/4 inch and then roll in again and then go sew that. So let me iron. And then I think I remembered I had this glue that helps. I remember looking for it one time we were filming a class and I couldn't find it, and then found it late. And now I remembered where it was. But I think this kind of glue helps with setting the iron. Let's see if it's not all stuck though, because it's been so long since I used it. There we go. Just do a little skinny line. You could also use your glue stick. And I'm not going to actually measure this, but I'm just going to guesstimate. And then roll it in one more time. Okay. So that one's done. And I'll just add some little clips on the end so they don't want to come out. And put that on the side. And then same thing with this one. Yeah, I agree, Joanna. I was thinking, so we're gonna see how big of a middle piece I need, and then decide on adding extra to have that overlap to keep the pillow form from trying to bust out the back, because the pillow form is big. I got the Kimberbell one. It's I gotta go get it. It's on the shelf in the playroom. And I don't want it busting out the back. So if anything, go ahead and add more overlap to prevent that. I don't know. I don't remember what Kimberbell suggests. Okay, and see what we did here? We're going to have to do this to both sides of that middle panel once we figure out that and cut it. We'll have to figure that. We'll do this, but to both sides so that it has a finished seam or hem. Okay, now I think we're ready to start putting things together. Hey Patricia, what size does the pillow form need to be? Let me go grab the pillow form and we can read it. Go lay down. Oops. Okay. So pillow form, Kimberbell. This is the right one, yeah? Let's fold it in half. 16 by 38. So that means my finished pillow is probably supposed to be 16 and a half. Mine's 16 and a quarter. I don't know if that's right. Let's see. All smushed. Probably needs to get out of this and air out. Yeah, it looks like it's like shrink wrapped. This thing is humongous. Vacuum sealed. Yeah, I just saw it go. Whoop. Okay. Pillow form. Yeah, it's gonna get fluffy. So you see, like, we need make sure we don't have the pillow busting out the back with that pillow form. Throw that on the floor. Okay. So now let's see for our back with everything. All right. Yay. Okay, so yeah, Joanna said she was able to get the pillow form on Amazon, and she said it was actually the least expensive one, the Kimberbell one. So that's good. All right, so I put my battery in here. And I could put my raw edge there. What I'm thinking is what I'll do is I will tape this guy here while I'm sewing so that I don't, because I'll be sewing along the whole perimeter of the pillow. Oh, also I need to square these edges here. But I'm going to tape my battery pack over here out the way because we're sewing along the whole perimeter and I don't want to catch any of this in it. So all pulled going out the way. Yes, Ozzy, I hear you, honey. Let me get a ruler. Put Ozzy in. first. See, she probably doesn't. He never can make up his mind what he wants. Okay, square ruler. And yeah, I just need to trim that a little bit. Yeah. And do that to the top too. Okay, now my sides look good. We're going to put this guy here. And then, no, am I supposed to do it this way? We need to do right sides together, not wrong sides together. So let's flip this over. But I do still want this on the inside. So I think I still put this here. Yeah. So I'm still going to put my pocket here. And I can and that, like that. And then take, oh, I need to go do my hem. Let's go do that first. So hemline for both of these. Do that and then start pinning it to the back. And then back stitch at the beginning and end. And now that's done. Looks good. Okay, so now we have that. And from here, we do right sides together and line up the top and bottom. And now let me go check the instructions to see if do we only sew here or do we sew here and here too. So let's pull up the instructions and look at them together. Come on. Okay. So here are the instructions, and I think we scroll almost all the way to the end. Okay, so we did, this is all the front. It's already quilted. We punched our holes. We did the lights. Okay, now the sewing back. So trim the selvage edge. Trim the back fabric to match the height of the pillow. We did that. Cut one 10-inch piece from each end of the back fabric. The back pieces will be known as pieces 1, 2, and 3. Turn one long side on the back of piece 1. Press, and okay, we did our hem. Repeat the process with piece 3. We did that. Take back piece 2 and repeat the process, creating the 1/4 inch on each side. Well, I'm not making that yet because I want to wait and see how big of a piece I need. All right, place the pillow flat, right side up, and then place 1 and 3 right side down. So this is where we're at right now. Aligning the raw edge and doing 1/4 inch seams should be to, our rolled hem should be towards the pillow center. Okay, so they have us just clipping that and then having our middle piece and then sew around the whole entire thing. So I don't need to sew the sides first. I'm going to sew around the whole thing at one time. So I'm just going to start clipping and then figure out my middle piece. So now it's how much overlap do we want our centerpiece to have here? And they don't say. So I want to say in like previous things I've done like 1 inch or 2, but I'm thinking like maybe 3 or 4 inches. What do y'all think the overlap we should have? Okay, I'm gonna put a clip here where my battery pack is. Okay. Yes, go 4 inches, Joanna says. Okay, I'm gonna do that. So this side is clipped. And now here's this side. We need to tape the battery pack in so I don't try to sew it on accident. Okay, and then we will pin this guy right here. So that's going to stay. No, where I had it on the other one, I had it on the bottom of the, I don't want it here. I want it here. Okay. And lay this on top. right side down and pin, I mean not pin, or clip, pin or clip, whatever you want to do. I'm a clipper. Oh, I never squared these edges. Okay. Let's do that. All right, that's done. Now we can make sure this is on here good. Okay, thanks, Linda and Joanna. You got sound now? Okay. All right, got some clips going on there. Now, this is what I'm left with in the middle. Let's see if I can hold this up. So y'all see where I am now? I've got right sides together. It's a little hard to tell with the polka dot fabric. With the rolled hems going towards the center of the pillow. Everything clipped, and on the back, I got the two battery pockets at the bottom of each block there to hold the battery packs. Okay. Now I'm going to measure from that hem to hem there, and then add 8 inches, and then add 1 more inch for the hem bit. So 9 inches to what that space is in between those two. Just tell me if my math is mathing right. Okay, so just measuring from the edge of that hem to the edge of this hem, we got about 19 3/4. Okay, so I want 4 inches on either side. Let me use a calculator so I don't mess this up. Okay, 19.75 plus 4 plus 4 plus a 1/2 inch to each side for the hem, so another inch. So that gives me 28.75. That's how wide my piece of fabric should be, and it's still 16 1/4 inches tall. So I got that on my calculator, and I'm gonna fold this. I'm gonna need my whole cutting mat for this bit. Put that here. And now, yeah, cut 28 by 10. And start by cutting this. I should iron all this first too, huh? Let's see, is this 10 inches tall? Yes. All right, I'm going to okay, so yeah, Joanna's saying go ahead and give myself that extra 1/4 inch, so do 29 total. Sounds good. So we'll round up that 19 3/4 to 20 plus 8 for the overlap, and then plus 1 for the rolled hems on either side. Because I think my hems I ended up using a little bit more than a 1/2 inch. That is fine. Okay. $28. It's way over here. This fabric is it's so big for me to work with. There's no point in even showing y'all the camera of the craft table because y'all are just gonna see a bunch of polka dots. So I will leave it right here for now until I can get a piece that's I could work with a little better. Okay, cut that off. And now I got, let's see, go ahead and square off this end. Make sure I got nice straight sides. I got selvage I gotta cut. Okay, so Joanna has some tips for me and y'all. When you stitch the back to the front, be sure to go back and forth all over where the overlap. Yes, because that is going to be where you're going to have a ton of resistance when we're putting the pillow in and out. And yes, I definitely want to do that. Let's see. I need to do this a different way. Do this way. Okay, now I got a nice straight edge there. I was also thinking I should go over maybe where the battery pack is once or twice, just to make sure. Okay, here is my 28 inch. No, we said 29. 29 inch mark there. Okay, and then my panel is a little too, no, my panel is not tall enough. I did this all wrong. I need my panel to be 16 1/4. It's not even close to that. It's only like 12. I still had 10 in my head. Oh, let's hope I got enough fabric. Nope. Okay. I might just have to add some to the top of that and just be not worry about it. Let's see what I can do. Okay, I got my piece wide enough, but it's not tall enough. And I don't have enough fabric to even make a skinny piece to put on top to fix to it. All right, we might have to find another piece of fabric. Don't you hate when that happens? I got too ahead of myself with cutting this. Let's see what else I got. Big enough. That's my problem. I don't have a lot of fabric. This one I might have enough. No, I already got my sides cut and everything. The sides can be different colors. It could be festive, right? The pockets can be one and this can be different. I don't know. I should just piece some things together. It's the back of the pillow. Nobody cares. All right. I should be able to get enough with doing 2 of these. That's what I'll do. Okay, so where am I? I've got 12 and a half-ish. It's not cut great at the top because I was planning on cutting that after. So let's cut a straight line so it's square, and we're going to make it 12 and a half. And then figure out how much I need to piece on top to make it right. I need 16 and a quarter, and now I have to take into consideration another half-inch for seam. So I have 12 and a half. No, I need 16.25 minus 12.5 is 3.75 plus a half-inch. So 4.25. I'll do 4.5 just to be safe. So I need a strip that's 4.5 inches tall. To add to the top. All right, Elsa says cut the back in 3 sections. What did I say? 4.5. Okay. All right, 4.5. That's not long enough, so I need one more. Okay. All right, so I have these 2 strips And I'm just going to sew them together in the middle. So I'll do right sides together right here, and then see what I have. To go with width. And then you think you got it all figured out. Just gotta go and mess something up. Okay. So I did that. Now let's press that open. Let me just press the rest of this good. So this is a good bit longer than what I need, but I am gonna measure it now. Okay. And this is when I need 29 inches. Okay. Okay. So but do I want to have it where this is in the middle? Let's do that. So what's half of 29? Is 19 and a half. Am I thinking that right? No. 14 and a half. Put that here. Yes. Thank you, Joanna. I don't know what I would do without y'all. Okay, 29 there. And then I'll cut on the 0 mark. Let me just turn it around. There we go. Okay, now line up this. $29 there. Okay. And now I can add that to the top of this, and I will have what I need. Okay, so right sides together. And I will go sew this. Okie dokie. Hopefully that solves my problem. Now I can make this work. I think I gave myself some wiggle room with the height. So let me press that seam open and then measure it and get the height correct this time, Carly. All right. Okay. Back to where we started now. And nobody's going to know this has been pieced together except me. And that is perfectly fine. All right. Now, this is, oops, breaking stuff over here. At least I'm trying to. This is supposed to be, move everything up, 16 and a quarter inch tall. And 29 inches wide. Okay, my 29 is good. And I got 16 and a half. So I can actually leave that, or should I trim that? Let's see. I think I'm gonna leave it alone because I'm scared I'm gonna trim it too much and then I can't go back. So now that I have this piece together to have my big piece in the back, which is now 29 inches wide because I got 4 inches of overlap on each side. And I got the height of my pillow, which is 16 and a quarter. I still have to make my hems on either side. So that's what I'm gonna do now. And a little overhang here. Let me trim that. Oh, I think I just cut my knuckle. Yep, a little nick. Okay. Yeah, trim after I stitch. Right. Yeah, I think that's good, Joanna. Okay. So now I'm going to do the same thing I did with those side panels with making a little rolled hem. And pressing. And I need to make myself a Band-Aid. But here we go. The sewer's Band-Aid. Tissue and paper tape. There we go. All right. And this thing, it still was in, but it just caught my knuckle. I dropped it right on my knuckle like that. Oh wait, I'm gonna do some glue. All right, so that's one side done. I like how the glue really helps lock it in, and you can use the Elmer's glue stick like we've been using. I just like this. I like this little applicator bottle. This is Roxanne glue based it. I got off of Amazon. Okay. So Patricia, I went back and watched Blaine's show yesterday, the parts that I missed, and I saw you won Angela Wolf's Sewing with Knits class, which is exciting. You're going to have to tell us how that is. Okay, now that those two hems are ironed, I'm going to stitch. These. And we're almost to the finish line. Okay. Need a piece of fabric to catch it. What do they call those pieces that go in before you're like this? Okay, that is done. And now we can put everything together. Yeah, leader. Okay. All right, so let me clear off my table again. And lay my pillow back down. And now the gap is wider than what the camera can see, but I'm going to take my new piece we just made and do right side down. And then y'all can see the overlap I have here and the overlap I have here. And my piece bit, I guess I'll let it go to the bottom. So yeah, that works well. And like Joanna was saying, it's the space here and here. You want to go back and forth over with your stitching a few times, because this is where you're going to be pulling a bunch to get your pillow. Oh wait, I didn't even show you, did I? Okay. Here and here is where you're going to have a lot of pull happening. So pretty much all between here, I'm going to go back over a couple times just to make sure. And then same thing here. Okay, that's the top. And here's the bottom. That works nice. Yeah, it didn't even look like I need to trim anything. I'm glad I didn't. And then here's that other end. Okay, so this is the back now, and you could see my middle panel, and this is where my envelope opening is, here and here. And so now we're going to sew around the whole perimeter, the 1/4 inch seam allowance, and when we do that, we'll also catch the bit where the battery pocket is. Linda said, wish I had investments in stock for wonder clips and acrylic rulers. Yes, definitely. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna start. Let's start here. Oh, this is a bit to maneuver, so I'm gonna roll this. There we go. As I go down this side. And I could see right here where this clip is, that's my battery pack. The back stitch. And this clip right here is where my battery pack is. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that. Also got it pinned, so it shouldn't move. All right, that should be good. All right, and just keep going. You get to the end and pivot. All right, and we're coming up on our first bit of overlap. And I need to turn off my automatic cut bit after I back stitch. All right. Probably should have removed my embroidery unit today to help make stitching a little bit better. Okay, so there's the first bit. Let's go back over it. Let's go back over it again. Okay, I think that should be good. And then this clip here is where my second bit of overlap is. See it there? Okay. Okay, and then move back up. Let's go over it again. All right. So Joanna, you think 3 passes right there is enough, or I should do a little bit more? I can go add some more after. Okay, coming up on the more overlap sections. So right here is where an overlap is. And then here's another one. I still have a bobbin. It doesn't look like it. Okay, let me go. Do I? I can't see. Okay, let me cut. It looks like I ran out of bobbin right there. Okay. I learned something yesterday with, I think it was Angela Wolf. So these machines like the clear bobbins because there is a light sensor in there that can pass through the plastic and tell when it's empty. The light sensor can't pass through these metal bobbins, so it doesn't know when it's empty. Isn't that wonderful? And I'm going to be hard-headed and I'm going to still keep using the metal bobbin. Okay, so let's line that up. Okay. Oh, crap. I had this on the whole time. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I had the wrong camera on. Y'all didn't see. I was just sewing and doing back stitches around the overlaps. So my bobbin's winding up. And that is good. Okay. New bobbin. All right, let's start stitching again right here before this overlap. And I will stitch, and I'll back stitch, and stitch, and back stitch, and stitch. Okay, so we got a lot happening. Nope, something's wrong. Top needle came undone. Oh, I forgot to re-thread my top needle. I always do this when I wind a bobbin. All right, that spot is going to be very secure because I'm going to have gone over it a whole bunch. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Third time's a charm, right? Okay, I see where it stopped. Okay, stitch, back stitch, and now we go. Okay. Let me get all these clips out my way before I knock them everywhere. And now we pivot, and I can roll this guy again. Okay. Okay, and we're about to be, the other battery pack is right here at this clip. It's pinned, so should stay just fine. Okay. And I'm gonna leave this. All right, so now y'all actually see the spots. There's one of the overlaps right there. Thought I was showing you earlier, but I was not. I'm gonna unclip it. And we'll go over it and then back stitch and over again. And then right here is the other overlap. And same thing. Over. All right, this blue clip is an overlap spot. Back it up. Go again. Now we got this one. Back it up. Go again. And we're almost back to where we started. And done. Okay, might actually have a finished pillow. Okay. So we have stitched around the whole outer perimeter. Take my pins out. I'm poking myself with. We have our battery pocket sewn in. Now I can untape just the bit that I was holding down the battery with. And we can put that in the pocket. Maybe tape this. There we go. And do the other side. So I had the battery taped down. Now it can go in here. I could still take this. All right, and here is our pillow. And we have an opening here and an opening here. And now I guess we just turn it right side out through one of the holes. So maybe clip the corners. Or corners, all four corners, maybe clip those just a smidge so that they turn nicely. Without catching the threads, of course. Okay. Now, as Linda says, the big reveal. We're getting it slowly but surely. All right, making sure all my tape is saying where it's supposed to. Did my finger stop bleeding? Not really. Okay. I'm just putting my finger in the little corners. So we now, is the top? Yeah. Have a pillow. So there's the front. And there's the finished back. And we have our two openings so that we can shove the pillow in. See if I can do this. This sucker is huge. Don't quite understand the two openings in the back because we still got to get this in there long ways, you know what I mean? It gives me something to pull. I got this hole. see if our overlap is happy. No busting pillow. Yay. No. Okay. Still trying to keep myself from bleeding on it. But here, it's not busting through at all. And we got a pocket there and a pocket there. Our batteries are hiding right here. I guess you could flip them and make them go more towards the back if you want, but I think hiding right here is fine. And the other one's hiding right behind here. So, but there is our finished Candy Cane Lane beautiful bench pillow. Isn't that cute? With all the lights and all the 3D, and the back is very fun and festive. I'm glad I stuck it out with this fabric, and see, this is where I pieced it. Nobody's going to be able to tell that. So, and I think it does look better that I kept it all the same fabric and I didn't change this one to a different fabric. Then it would have been a little bit more noticeable. But I love it. I think it came out so stinking cute. So stinking cute. I'm so glad to be done. So glad. All right. This sucker is huge. It's bigger than my cutting mat. And it's so nice. This is going to be humongous on my sofa. But I will go take a picture and show it to everyone once I get it on the sofa. But the girls were excited about it last night. They thought it was cute, which made me happy because it's usually a really hard time to impress them. Really tough time impressing them. Let me go grab my advent calendar Christmas present for today. And then we are done. Let's see, what's today? The 18th? And tomorrow's, I can open one tomorrow for Sip and Stitch. 19. Okay. Ooh, 18's a big one. 18 looks like a real good one. All right. 18. Hefty. Let's see what we got. Yay. Angela says, love this pillow. Now I will have to do that one. Yeah. This is my first pillow that I completed. I started another one and never finished it. So I'm very happy to be completed with this one. Ooh, I'm excited. Oh, this is pretty. What is this? Oh, it's a puzzle. That's cute. Okay, so this is a jigsaw puzzle. I love. This will be fun to do. And then it makes the picture of the quilt. They have numbers on the back too. Nice. So that is super cute. All right, the finished puzzle will be 20 inches by 20 inches. That would be fun that we can glue that on something and then put it in a frame and hang it on the wall. That would be cute. But what I'm even more excited about is a pattern, which is for 10-inch squares, and the final quilt is 72 by 72. And it goes through the rainbow of colors, fabric you need, and sort and cut. Ooh, this looks like a big project, but it looks like one that it's not complicated. I can cut and sew those. Oh, that looks complicated. Never mind. That bit looks complicated, but I'll figure it out. That's super pretty. I love those. These are snowballed star points. That's what those are called. And then, yeah, so it's just like little 4-piece blocks, and then these snowball things. And then it looks like there's a couple of these for the center. There's 9 of those. So 3 different types of blocks to make. And it makes that. That's super pretty. All right, it's something I can try. But I'm scared of the snowball block. But it's very cute, and I like the puzzle. The puzzle's going to be fun. That I can do that over Christmas break. But very pretty. Yay. Yeah, and Joanna, you can seal the puzzle with Mod Podge so then it won't come apart and then we can frame it. Yes, I love that. So, day 18 present from Mr. Missouri Star Quilt Company. We are done with our pillow. I feel so accomplished. That was making me sweat and here trying to get this done and figure out the back that I messed up, but I fixed. So that's all that matters. So I'm excited to finally have this done and go put it in my living room. All right, so that is it. This concludes our Candy Cane Lane sew along. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching the replay later on, even next year, thank you for watching. And if you ever have any questions, you can always come over to the Facebook group that I have. It's like a general, anyone can join Facebook group and come. You can ask questions in there. You can post pictures of your finished pillow. I would love to see them. Now, tomorrow is December 19th, 2025. I will be doing another live tutorial. This is going to be our December sip and stitch. And we are going to be making a very simple, beginner-friendly, but great Christmas presents monogram towels. So we're going to go over how to embroider towels, how to use monogram fonts, how to set them up in Embrilliance, how to float using topper, all those things. These are a great beginner project for people. And then for people that want to go a little bit further, I'm going to show you how to add a knockdown stitch to towels. So I don't know if you could see that white. I did it in white thread so it kind of blends in, but it almost gives it like an embossed look. But it knocks down all of the towel fluffiness so that you can see the monogram better. So we'll go over this as well. So that is tomorrow, December 19th, 10:30 a.m. Central Time Zone on both my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. And then you can always go to my website, carlybell.com. And there's a section dedicated to sip and stitch. That is the homepage, and it will show you everything I used for this project, a list of all the places that I get monogram fonts from, and all the supplies, all the typical supplies that I use for these projects. I'll be stitching this particular one out on a Brother NQ 1700E, which is a 6x10 embroidery machine. But this project can literally be made on any embroidery machine, as little, even if you have a 4x4 hoop. Towels are a great project to start with. Like this one fits in a 4x4 hoop. So we're going to be going over all of that tomorrow. So I hope you could come join me. And that's it for today. So I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. Hopefully I see you tomorrow. And I hope you got all your Christmas shopping done. It's time to go wrap presents now. So, all right. Thanks, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.